Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Baxter Boxing. Now, man, big news, man. Peter Kid Chocolate Quillin is fighting Caleb Truax for the IBF title, man. And this is going to be one of the biggest fights in the super middleweight division, in my opinion, just because Caleb Truax had a phenomenal fight with James DeGale. It was two wars, and I thought Caleb Truax won both of them. They robbed him in the first fight, and then Caleb Truax came back to win the. I'm sorry, he won the first fight, and then they robbed him in the second fight. I thought he won both the fights. So in my opinion, Caleb Truax is a slept-on fighter. He's a phenomenal fighter, and he has a lot of experience recently. I mean, it was just like 2 fights ago he fought James DeGale. Now, that being said, Peter Quillin is also a warrior in the ring, man. He's been fighting top fighters like Daniel Jacobs and Hasim Indam when he was undefeated, and just a lot of top fighters in his day before anyone knew how good they really were. Kid Chocolate is really slept on fighter. I thought the fight with Daniel Jacobs, the fight was stopped prematurely. But Daniel Jacobs, we've seen how good he is because he's undefeated right now, or he's not undefeated, but he's fighting for a title and fighting Canelo Alvarez for a unification fight at 160, which is a really big deal. A lot of people thought he beat Triple G when he fought him the first time, and that was a crazy fight. I thought he actually pulled that fight off as well. So it shows you the level of Daniel Jacobs, right? And not only that, Daniel Jacobs was actually saying how he was actually afraid of Triple G and how, he overcame that fear when he fought him. That being said, Daniel Jacobs is a really slept-on fighter, and I think he's better than people give him credit for. That's why Eddie Hearn signed him, really. Eddie Hearn doesn't have too many middleweights, but he signed Daniel Jacobs personally for a reason. Now, I know that they have Demetrius Andre as well, but I think Andre signed to the zone instead of Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn has his own thing outside of the zone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, this is before the zone was big. This is when Eddie Hearn signed Daniel Jacobs and he was fighting under HBO. So I'm not sure how, I'm pretty sure they have some kind of partnership, Eddie Hearn and the zone. Usually Eddie Hearn speaks for the zones like a spokesman. So, their relationship is probably incestuous anyway. So it's probably like it goes hand in hand, it's either or Eddie Hearn or Dance. It's basically the same thing at this point. But yeah, man, I think Daniel Jacobs definitely one of the better middleweights that Eddie Hearn has. Demetrius Andre is a great fighter, but he hasn't fought like an elite level middleweight that we really know about yet. So Demetrius Andre is still like, he's still like a question. He still needs questions that need to be answered. When you still fight bigger, stronger fighters that are truly middleweights, that are known, that have fought big fights, then we can really judge Demetrius Andre. But back to this Peter Quillin fight, man. This fight is a huge fight because this is an eliminator fight. And this is basically going to show who's going to be fighting for the IBF strap next. And this is a really big deal. In my opinion, I think Peter Quillin is a better fighter than Caleb Truax. I think Truax is a gritty fighter. He overwhelms you with punches. But I think overall boxing, Peter Quillin is the more complete fighter. He actually knows how to set punches up. He has better punch selection and everything. And I think he has more power as well. Extremely dangerous fighter in Peter Quillin. I think he's really slept on. And, in my opinion, I have the guy Peter Quillin edging this fight out. No, they had the weigh-in. They both made weight, and they're both looking really good. So they just weighed in today, and they fight tomorrow. So this is gonna be a really big fight. No one's really talking about it, and I'm sort of shocked. This is a really big deal because super middleweight division is getting really stacked. They still got fighters like Gilberto Ramirez in that division. They got Canelo Alvarez in that division. They got Christy Bank Jr. in that division, and I can keep going on and listing all the champions. But the fact is, they started to have a lot of big names up there, and a lot of these 160 fighters are already talking about venturing up and down just to get their name out there. Canelo Alvarez even did it, and he doesn't even need to go 168, but he even did it, because it's some big names up there. It's just a really competitive division, so it's hard to keep the title in one hand in the 168 division. But yeah, man, I think that this whole Peter Quillin Caleb Truax fight is one of the better fights that needs to be really talked about. This is gonna be a really good fight. Caleb Truax is a dangerous fighter. He's just a fighter that was slept on. Ask James DeGale. Ask James DeGale. So yeah, man. I mean, ever since the Caleb Truax versus James DeGale 2 fight, James DeGale went on to fight Chrissy Bank Jr. and he got completely dominated by Jr. So that being said, Caleb Truax, basically damaged James DeGale. He's not the same fighter as he was. So you never know what kind of trips would show up to his fight. This is gonna be a really good fight, man. I think it's gonna be a big deal, and this is gonna be hype, man. So let me know how you guys feel about it, though. I think this needs to be talked about more. They're fighting in a mutual place as well. They're fighting in Minneapolis. So this is gonna be a big deal. They're not fighting in New York, where Peter Quillin really fights from. They're fighting somewhere else. So this is a more neutral territory. It's gonna be a really good fight. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. JACOBS Empire. Peace.